Hi, I'm David Vega.
And I'm Sam Panakachi.
And we're here for our weekly recording of Trojan Vibe at Peaberry Bean and Beats.
Yeah, we record here every week on a Sunday at 1 o'clock. If you want to come out and watch, grab a cocoa or something and just enjoy the show. Today we're talking about the four-way scrimmage at Father Gabriel Richard's Field.
And we also have two guests. We have our linebacker coach, Coach Ramey, and our defensive and offensive line coach, Coach Green.
Yep, today we'll be interviewing them and you'll see what that's about. But the four-way scrimmage, man, that was a heck of a day. Out in the sun, 10 a.m. until about 2 p.m. And we played three teams. They were Montrose was the first scrimmage we had, Livonia Clarenceville was the second, and New Lothrop was the third. All schools were bigger than us.
Big schools.
They, more personnel, and we held our own. And it's nice to see that because with more competition, it promotes getting better, obviously.
Yeah, I'm very proud of our team, especially as big as these teams were, like in numbers and physically big,
Oh, yeah.
I'm really proud of how our team really held their own, and we didn't do a bad job for especially bigger divisions those schools were.
Exactly. As I recall, Montrose is actually the fourth best team in the state. They are ranked, and man, if you saw the film, you'd see what kind of size they had.
Yeah, they had a fullback that he was a giant. He looked like he could be a defensive lineman, man. He was huge, and he was definitely a very good athlete too.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, they did a great job.
And I feel our team definitely learned that we have to really work together on tackling and use more than one body, especially with people and teams that are bigger than us. Because, none of our guys could take any of their running backs or fullbacks one-on-one.
This is definitely a game where size matters. And, of course you can do it with a little guy that can scoot right by you, but when you have the size, man, it helps. And you got to adjust, you got to do what you can to beat that. And what we did as the scrimmage went on, kids started tackling together. You can see them, one guy hits high and the next guy hits low. And, you go, and it's good because you play together. That's great when it comes down to that.
And that's what it's about.
The second team we played was New Lothrop. And actually, that was a team that has been to the playoffs 15 straight years. And obviously, they were a powerhouse. They came in and we had to, again, adjust, gang tackle. And they were just a heck of a team.
Yeah, and they were a team that last year was they went undefeated. So
in their conference, right?
Yeah, in their conference, yeah. And that's just an outstanding team, and for us to go up against them and definitely hold our own, I'm proud of
That's a goal for every team. It's go undefeated in your conference, take home the championship.
Exactly.
That's the goal.
And the last team we played was Clarenceville.
Yeah, Livonia Clarenceville.
Yeah, we actually we beat them, and we also beat New Lothrop in score-wise.
Yeah, if you're counting in a scrimmage, it's cool to know who would have came out on top.
And we definitely they were a Class B team, Clarenceville, so that was definitely it was a difficult game, but we definitely did a great job, and I was proud of our team.
Yeah, we Devin Simmer, we handed the ball off to that kid, and man, he ran. It was the last scrimmage of the day. On defense, we all gang tackled as we had worked earlier, and it's nice to see things progress. That's always a great thing.
And I always love when Devin takes up the middle because if you don't really wrap up and get around Devin, and he can break any arm tackle that I've seen him that come up against. So I love taking the odds of Devin going off the middle and breaking arm tackles.
Yeah, it's nice to see. And now we'll be back with Coach Green when we get back. Hey folks, there's an opportunity to support the Whitmore Lake football program. We're changing the season. Things are going to be different, and maybe you need to change your sheets. There's an option to buy new bed sheets at the Whitmore Lake Florist right in town. They're wonderful sheets. If you saw them, you'd know yourself. And just proceeds help the team. They just a way to support, and we'll be better off that way. And we just appreciate your support, and we'll see you. Welcome back. We're here with Coach Green. He is our offensive and defensive line coach at the high school. He used to play here, and here he'll give us a little summary of what he used to do.
I graduated in 2003. I played football here. I was an offensive lineman, not too much on defense, but I graduated in 03, so it's about 10 years ago.
So what's the biggest challenge you and your Lions face in front of you?
This year I think it's a younger line. I have a couple guys who are first-year players. The hardest part with that, being a first-year football player, is offensive line, technique was the most important part. So that's the biggest challenge right now that we're facing.
So what steps are you gonna take to fix that? You give them more reps or do more team?
Constant correction.
There you go.
Constantly correcting and watching. My opinion is the offensive line stance has to be perfect. That's the foundation of our house, and if our foundation is off, so will the rest of the offense be.
Yeah, that's true. Coach, I'd like to ask, what would be your biggest goal for the line during the season?
My biggest goal is to first get all the guys into perfect stance, which is always a goal of mine. I love to see a perfect three-point stance. Basically just technique. Work on technique. Get the technique down the most.
Good. Yeah. I recall from the scrimmage last Friday, we headed out to Father Gabriel Lachard, and junior varsity. I heard that they actually came out and put up a stand against the upper teams with bigger divisions.
They did a good job. I think the biggest thing this year is that we actually have a JV team, which I think is huge for the program, just for getting freshmen out at a young age, so they can go freshman to senior.
Yeah.
Where I can teach technique at a freshman level rather than teaching a senior how to do a three-point stance. I think that's huge. So we can teach more plays and stuff, and we can get a little more complicated at the senior level.
Yeah, it's always good to have more experience. That's always a great thing.
Yeah.
In everything.
And it's a little more. I mean, you know, it's a little more fun on the JV level when you have a JV team. I want these kids to know that football's fun as well as a lot of work.
And just like any other sport, with football, especially linemen, it's all about technique and fundamentals. So just like any other sport, if you're coming in as a junior, senior, and never played lineman before, it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult.
So I want to thank you for coming out, and we can't wait to see how the line improves. And I have great faith in our line, and I feel we're gonna have a great season this year.
Yeah. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Here's another fundraising opportunity the Whitmore Lake football team has. If you stop by the Whitmore Lake Florist or Peaberry's, I have my own line of coffee, and if you buy one of the bags of coffee, some of the proceeds do go to the Whitmore Lake football team, and also some of it goes to my gas tank because I recently just got my driver's license. So, thank you.
Hey, we're back with Coach Ramey. We really enjoy this coach. He's a fun guy in the field, and he always likes to keep the spirit up. He's the son of Mr. Ramey, and Mr. Ramey is also a coach on the team. We might see him on here one time, but yeah, Coach, tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about myself. I'm Billy Ramey. I graduated from Whitmore Lake in 2008. I played football and baseball for 4 years. 3 years varsity football, 3 years varsity baseball. And I've been coaching baseball for 4 years and football for 2 years.
So how does it feel going from the transition to being a player for 4 years in high school and then all of a sudden, basically fresh out of high school, just being a coach?
It's a little different. It's good to get back in the game. That little break there, it's good to get back in. It's a little more nerve-wracking coaching than playing. Playing, you have a little say in the outcome of the game. Coaching, not so much.
Yeah. Coaching is more preparation than anything. You gotta
hope you prepare them and have faith in them.
Yep, exactly. You're the linebackers coach. How do you feel about them? How are they doing? Are they what's good about them? What maybe one thing they need to step up in?
In a solid group of linebackers. They're a little small, but they're real quick. And our big weakness right now is they're a little shy and they're afraid to talk.
Yeah, communication.
Yeah,
The phrase communication is key is used a lot in football and in baseball. Coincidentally, he coaches in both, and that's just huge in football.
Yeah.
So I can see that definitely being a thing that can be stepped up.
So what would you like to see the linebackers progress to by the end of the year?
I think the talent that we have at linebacker is good enough to have a couple all-conference kids, maybe an all-area kid.
Okay.
Team-wise, I'd like to see 6 wins. I'd like to see us better.
Defense wins championships. Defense takes care of the ball.
We got a very good defense.
Very good. And Coach, you know what? We've run out of time. Thank you very much. We always like to see your face. We'll see you at practice, and maybe we'll see you again on here. Thanks again, Coach.
Thanks,
Boys.
Hi, and welcome back to Trojan Vibe.
Yeah. Hey, David. Let's talk about maybe an evaluation of this season because it is the first week.
Yeah.
Week 1 going into Stockbridge this Friday. How do you feel about, let's say, the defense? Where do you think our strengths are?
I think our strength in our defense would definitely be our linebackers.
Yeah.
The three qualities I definitely think we have in strengths in our linebackers would be speed, and they have leadership and experience. I think those are the three main things that our linebackers will make them such a big part of our defense.
Somebody like Evan Malbash, number 45, he'll be a senior this year. We've talked about him before. He's a great kid. He always hawks to the ball. If you watch our games, he'll be right there almost every play.
And he doesn't look that big, but man, he's one of the hardest hitters I've ever
He packs a
seen.
punch.
And he's not scared of anyone. You can put him up against anyone you want to, and he'll try his heart out.
Yep.
And he's never not giving 100%. He's a great learner, and he definitely puts his heart into football.
That's why we say leadership. He's a great guy. He is the captain of our football team, and I believe he's going to be an impact player this year.
Yep. So Sam, where do you think our depth is in our defense?
Oh, I would have to say our defensive backs. We have athletes that can play linebacker and also play defensive back. And, there's such athletes that can be multi-verse, and that's always great for a team with small numbers so that, you can throw kids around and be effective still. It's great to have kids that know what they're doing in different spots.
Yeah, and we have a lot of speed in our defensive backs too, so I think
That's
definitely
always
helps it out.
one thing of us,
Yeah.
is just speed, and it's great to see because kids hawk to the ball, and that's always the best thing you want in defense.
So who do you feel is our biggest impact player on defense?
Evan Malbash. Yeah, he's definitely the kid to do it. He's a senior. He's stepped up. He's always wanted to before. He never got the chance to be the middle linebacker, and I believe this is the year. And with a leader that's positive and confident, what else do you want?
Exactly.
That's a great way to lead a team.
I mean, I can watch him. I watch him. He watches game film. I mean, it's like he's an assistant coach, man. He puts his heart into the game just like he's a coach, and he puts his heart in the game because he loves the game as a player too.
I guarantee you could ask any player and they'd say the same thing.
And he helps everyone out too. That's another thing I love. I mean, if you don't know something, he'll definitely help you out. And he's just a great guy in general.
Yeah, excellent.
Sam, let's talk about our offense. So, what do you think our strength is on offense?
On offense, I really believe it's our running backs. Again, like I said earlier, on our defense, we have receivers that can play running back, and running backs that can play receiver. So again, it's great to have kids that can flip-flop. And with the offense and what we're trying to go for this year, it's great to have running backs that are solid. And a kid like Devin Simmer, number 23, we always bring up his name, but he's a kid that works hard, and he always just likes to plow through kids. You've seen it.
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to be one of the top backs in this league this year. So, I mean, I have high hopes for him. He's definitely going to do a great job.
Yeah, and we have more kids, they're going to be right behind him, maybe not right in front of him. They're athletes all around, and once we pull together, I believe that's going to be the change.
So Sam, where do you think our depth is on offense?
Well, it's hard to say, but we're the quarterbacks, and I agree that I think it would be solid to say that we would be okay with either quarterback out on the field. We both of us bring different things to the field. That's what I think.
Like Sam, he's a great leader, and he has great football experience. Like he's been playing for a long time, and on top of that, he's excellent running the ball. I mean, he can take the ball, be a 5-10 yard play, and he can make it a touchdown. He does a great job. He's a real dual threat.
And then we have David. He's junior quarterback. He it's great because you have a kid that's working hard, and he's going to be there next year. And coach says it all the time, David, I need you, because he knows that he's going to be here next year. And it's a great thing to see a kid that wants to prepare for the future. That's what I mean to say. And David's already got a great arm, and it's good to see a kid walking up and stepping up. With with two different quarterbacks, it's great to see diversity. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. With different options, different styles of play. So maybe one quarterback's on the field, the other one's taking a breath, and the defense has to see something different. It's an adjustment, and it's always good to see on a football team.
Hey, you can't leave out that we're both good looking.
David, we'll save that for another show after football season. Let's get back to football. On offense, who do you think would be the impact player?
I definitely think we've talked about him before. I definitely think Devin Simmer is our biggest impact player because man, he can run the ball and he has good hands too. So I mean, he's an all-around threat.
Yeah, multiverse. That's
Exactly.
good.
You can take him around the outside to run a touchdown, and you can have him go right in the middle and run a touchdown.
Yeah,
so he can run anything.
Don't get me wrong. We have athletes and
Exactly.
athletes
Yeah,
and athletes, and that's always great to see.
Exactly. Yeah.
When you have to choose one, you know, it makes things a little different. But when you see Devin Simmer out on the field, you'll know what I mean.
Yeah.
He works hard, and
He can turn plays that looked so messed up into a beautiful touchdown. I mean,
Yep.
he can
did it at the
flip the
scrimmage.
whole. He can flip the whole game around, just him alone.
yep. And when you see
He does a great job.
somebody that steps up like that, you know that there's other kids pushing behind him. Kids like, you know, just other running backs that are a threat, making him be the number one. You know?
Yeah, we also have other running backs and other players that do a great job at the same position he does, and it makes him have to keep working hard. It makes them keep working hard to try to get better than him. So all in all of our players get better just from Devin Simmer being such a great athlete.
That's good. All right, we're winding down here, folks. We just to let you know, it's week 1, starting football, and week 1 is against Stockbridge this Friday night. I hope to see you there. It's a home game, and I would love to see the fans, you know, packed. It's always a great positive thing to see.
Especially for our first game, everyone being out there. So
Exactly.
be there Friday at 7 o'clock. Can't wait to see you guys there.
Yep. Thank you very much.
And we'll see you next week.